today we have to look at experiment number 9 and 10 that are about clutch friction. Here we have a demo of clutch assembly. Okay, you can see that there are some main components that you should identify. First of all, this one is a flywheel on this side. Okay, this one is flywheel, and on the other side, that's a pressure plate. And in between that, here you can see a clutch plate. Okay, these two plates basically joined together. That's a clutch plate actually. Okay, basically what is the purpose of the clutch? The purpose of the clutch to engage and disengage the transmission of power. Okay, for example, this one is a driver shaft. Okay, this one is connected basically to the crankshaft, or this one provides to the power to the driven shaft. So the driver shaft is connected to the flywheel, and the flywheel is transmitting power through the clutch plates or the clutch assembly to this driven shaft. Right now I can see that if I rotate the driver shaft, the driven shaft also rotates with it. Okay, but what if I press this clutch? Okay, I have pressed this clutch. Now you can see that this clutch actually moves this fork lever and disengaging or reducing the pressure on the pressure plate. Right now inside it you can see, okay, you can observe that. Okay, so if I press the clutch lever, now you can see that this driven shaft is free to rotate. I can rotate this shaft, or you can see that at this point, like, the clutch disc is moving like it's free. तो अब यहाँ से अगर पावर ट्रांसमिट भी हो रही है तो ड्रिवन शाफ्ट आपकी फ्री है, like it's not rotating. तो बेसिकली क्लच असेंबली क्या करती है? पावर ट्रांसमिट करती है फ्रॉम दिस पार्ट, the engine part, to the driven shaft and then to the wheels. So this is how the clutch works. Okay, basically होता है क्या यहाँ पे कि जब आप क्लच प्रेस नहीं किया हुआ तो यहाँ पे ये जो प्रेशर प्लेट है ये प्रेशर एक्सर्ट कर रही है क्लच प्लेट के ऊपर, और क्लच प्लेट जो है वो फ्लाई व्हील के साथ प्रेशराइज्ड है. तो अगर फ्लाई व्हील रोटेट करता है तो साथ साथ क्लच प्लेट भी रोटेट करती है और ड्रिवन शाफ्ट भी आपके पास क्या करती है, रोटेट करती है. लेकिन जब क्लच लीवर प्रेस करते हैं तो प्रेशर प्लेट के ऊपर जो प्रेशर होता है वो रिड्यूस हो जाता है. तो जब वो प्रेशर रिड्यूस हो जाता है तो फिर अब जो आपके पास जो ड्रिवन शाफ्ट है, ड्रिवन शाफ्ट एक्चुअली होती है क्लच प्लेट के अंदर, क्लच प्लेट के हब के अंदर अटैच होती है. तो इसलिए जब क्लच प्लेट रोटेट करेगी तो ड्रिवन शाफ्ट रोटेट करेगी. दैट्स द मैकेनिज्म इन द क्लच असेंबली. ठीक है, तो क्लच का बेसिकली फंक्शन ही यही है कि पावर को इंगेज और डिसएंगेज करना. दैट वी डू इन आवर कार्स फॉर स्मूथ ट्रांसमिशन और द चेंजिंग ऑफ द गियर्स बेसिकली. यानी अब गियर चेंज करने के दौरान आप अवॉइड करना चाहते हैं कि आपको इंजन पावर ऑफ ना करना पड़े, तो उसके लिए क्लच प्रेस करके आप ड्रिवन शाफ्ट को फ्री कर देते हैं और उसके बाद गियर चेंज करते हैं. दैट्स द पर्पस ऑफ दैट. In our lab, what we have a clutch test rig SMT MM29 from ESOS. That's a Pakistani company, and here you can see that there are some basic components of it. The first one, this one, upper plate is a rotating plate, a rotary plate. It's free to rotate. I can rotate it around this axis. This rod is actually mounted in a ball bearing. As you can see in the demonstration lecture, we have seen that this one, the whole assembly, like the lower plate is stationary and above that, down there is a friction plate, and this one is hold at this position with the help of two pegs. The one peg is there, the other peg is there, so the plate cannot move actually. So I have mounted it here. So what is the purpose of that? Basically, I want to find out the coefficient of friction between this rotary plate and the friction plate, because that coefficient of friction is important, because the power is transmitted only from the driver shaft to the driven shaft with the help of this friction between the clutch plate and the flywheel. Okay, that friction is responsible for transmitting the torque. So what I want to do here, like I want to find out the minimum torque required to maintain the motion or the maximum transmittable torque कि जिससे पहले ये slip नहीं होती, there is no slippage. The first part is that to find out the coefficient of friction. The second part is कि जैसे जैसे हम इस पे axial load increase होगा, as we go on increasing the axial loading on this rotary plate, this transmitted torque or the torque required for the minimum motion to maintain the motion is directly proportional to this axial load. For the first part, right now there is only one load on the friction plate or the friction disc, and that is the weight of this rotary plate, that is 3320 grams. Okay, this one is basically from the downside, this is made of anodized aluminium, as you can see in the demonstration lecture or the demonstration video of the slides available on your class material on Teams. So the lower side is of anodized aluminium, and that's a friction plate of composite material. So I have other types of plate as well, like this is some leather, composite, nylon and steel, I think so. So there are other types of, so we can also check the coefficient, like we can compare these friction disc as well, but for this experiment, that's another experiment we will perform some other time, but right now we will perform this experiment on a composite material. This one is approximately the same material we used in cars for clutch plates. So what happens exactly? So what I have to do, okay? So in that position, I would apply a force or equal loads on these two hangers so that the torque of the couple is produced. So I would notice the maximum torque or the torque at which the slippage occurred. That torque I would use to calculate the coefficient of friction between this rotary plate and the friction plate with the help of uniform pressure theory or uniform rate of wear theory. There are two theories to analyze this one, and you would tell me okay, what's the basic difference between these two. So right now, so what I would do, this one is approximately 2 Newton, and there's a mass of hanger as well. You have to count that as well. So right now, this clutch, this rotary plate is not rotating. Okay, the friction is holding it in this position, though I am applying torque with the help of these two strings. So what I will do now, I would add weight on both sides. So I have introduced 0.5 Newton here, and a weight of 0.5 Newton here. So now it looks like this one not rotating, so I would just give a slight push so that if there is a resistance of thread that can be encountered, so I would give it a slight push. Is it rotating? Yes, it's rotating. At this torque, it's rotating. So this is the torque required to overcome the friction, or the torque at which the speed their slippage occurs. So that's the value of the torque. So I would notice this torque, and I would use in my calculation using uniform pressure theory or uniform wear theory to calculate the force of friction. The raw data for the table is available. For the second part, what I have to do, basically I will have to introduce weights on this one. So I would add weight on this plate. Again, now it's not rotating. So what I will do now, I would add weight for this part. यानी सेकंड पार्ट के लिए हमने क्या करना था कि एक्चुअली हमें प्रूफ करना था कि लोड अप्लाई करने से, एक्सियल लोड इंक्रीज होने से, यानी प्रेशर इंक्रीज होने से, ठीक है, फ्रिक्शन प्लेट के ऊपर जो मैक्सिमम टॉर्क होता है, मतलब द टॉर्क एट विच द फ्रिक्शन अकर और द मिनिमम टॉर्क दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड टू मेंटेन द मोशन, वो क्या हो जाता है, उसकी वैल्यू इंक्रीज हो जाती है. तो ये मैंने लोड इंक्रीज कर दिया. अब दिस वन इज नॉट रोटेटिंग, लाइक so this one is not moving. So what I will do now, I would further add the weights. Make sure. Okay, now you can see that the rotary plate is moving. Okay, this is the torque, this is the force in 3 Newton here and 3 Newton here. So 3 plus 3, 6. So how do we calculate the torque of the couple? One force multiplied by the distance between them. So I would use that to perform the calculation. That's it. Similarly, I would further add the weights, and I would note the reading, and the data is available in the on your team as a raw data. So you have to process that data to calculate the coefficient of friction, both by using uniform pressure theory and using uniform rate of theory, uniform rate of wear theory. So there are two theories you have to compare to judge. So this is it. This is in this experiment for this part, experiment 9 and 10. Hope you understand it. If you have any other query, you can ask me anytime. Feel free to text me on Teams or email me. I will answer.